Looking for a good laugh? Today, we're counting down the top 10 funniest anime series of all time, from chaotic slapstick to sharp-witted parody. These are the shows that never fail to crack us up. Do you agree with this list? Or do you have your own picks for the funniest anime comedies ranked? Let's dive in. Number 10, Konosuba. On This Wonderful World follows Kazuma Satu, a Shuten gamer who dies in the most embarrassing way possible, trying to save someone from a truck that was actually a slow-moving tractor. He's reincarnated in a fantasy RPG-style world. But instead of becoming a hero, he ends up with the most dysfunctional party ever. Aqua, the goddess he drags along, is useless and constantly crying. Megumin refuses to use any magic except explosion once a day. And Darkness, their crusader, is a battle junkie who enjoys pain. The humor comes from the absurdity of their adventures. Every quest turns into a disaster, every plan backfires, and Kazuma's sarcastic, deadpan attitude highlights the stupidity of everyone around him. It's a parody of Isekai and RPG tropes, but what makes it genius is that the characters are terrible at being heroes, yet incredibly fun to watch. Their broken teamwork and ridiculous personalities create chaos at every turn, making Konosuba one of the funniest anime of all time. Number 9. Daily Lives of High School Boys. This anime takes the most ordinary school moments and turns them into pure comedic gold. It follows three friends, Todakuni, Hidenori, and Yoshitakun, whose daily conversations spiral into absurd scenarios. On paper, it's just about boys going to school, but the exaggeration is what makes it hilarious. A simple chat about girls becomes a Shakespearean-level monologue. A walk home turns into a grand adventure, and failed attempts at romance explode into dramatic disasters. The comedy style is absurdist and self-aware, constantly parodying anime cliches while keeping the skits relatable to anyone who's been through school life. What makes it funny is how overblown everything is. The boys act like they're in a serious shonen battle over the dumbest things. The delivery is fast, the timing is perfect, and the unpredictability keeps every scene fresh. Whether it's role-playing as heroes, trying and failing to impress girls, or just overthinking daily problems, this anime nails the humor of adolescence gone wild. Number 8. School Rumble. School Rumble is a romantic comedy where almost everyone is hopeless at love. The main story follows Tenma Tsukamoto, a cheerful but clueless girl who's crushing on a classmate, while delinquent Harima Kenji is secretly in love with her. The problem? Neither of them knows how to communicate, and every attempt leads to misunderstandings that spiral into chaos. What makes School Rumble so funny is its blend of slapstick, exaggeration, and romantic absurdity. Harima is this tough-looking delinquent, but when it comes to Tenma, he turns into a bumbling mess, writing love letters that always go wrong, or getting caught in embarrassing situations. Tenma, meanwhile, is so oblivious she doesn't even realize Harima likes her. Add in a huge cast of eccentric classmates, and you get a comedy of errors where every love triangle becomes a hurricane of laughs. The humor comes from exaggerating teenage romance into ridiculous extremes, balancing heartfelt sweetness with over-the-top slapstick. Number 7. The Disastrous Life of Saiki K. Saiki Kusuo is the most overpowered psychic alive. He can read minds, teleport, use telekinesis, and basically do anything. Sounds cool, right? Wrong. Saiki hates it. All he wants is a quiet, ordinary life, but his classmates make that impossible. The comedy comes from Seiki's deadpan reactions as he tries to dodge attention while being surrounded by absurd people. Nendo, a lovable idiot with zero brainpower. Kadu, who believes he's a superhero called Jet Black Wings. And Teruhashi, the perfect girl convinced Saiki is in love with her. Every episode turns into a battle for Saiki to maintain his peace. And watching the world's most powerful being get dragged into the dumbest situations is what makes it hilarious. The humor is fast-paced with visual gags, fourth wall breaks, and parodies of classic anime tropes. It's funny because Saiki has godlike power, yet his biggest struggle is just surviving his ridiculous classmates. Number 6. One Punch Man. What if the strongest hero in the world was also the most bored? That's One Punch Man. Saitama can end any fight with a single punch, which should make him unstoppable, but instead, it makes his life meaningless. He craves excitement, but every battle is over instantly. The humor comes from this contrast. While villains monologue about their power, Saitama casually defeats them in seconds. His nonchalant attitude and obsession with supermarket discounts add another layer of absurdity. Supporting characters like Genos, who takes everything deadly serious, and the Hero Association, filled with egotistical and incompetent heroes, make the world even funnier. The anime parodies shonen battle tropes by exaggerating them to ridiculous extremes. What makes it so funny is that the ultimate power fantasy, being invincible, is treated as the ultimate joke. Saitama's blank expressions and perfect timing turn epic fights into pure comedy. Number 5. Ouran High School Host Club. When Haruhi Fujioka, a scholarship student, accidentally breaks a vase belonging to the host club, she's forced to join them to repay her debt. The twist. Everyone thinks she's a boy, and the comedy begins. The host club is made up of eccentric, over-the-top boys who entertain female students. And each one is a parody of a shoujo archetype. The charming leader, Tamaki, the mischievous twins, the stoic Mori, and the cute Honey. The humor comes from how absurdly dramatic the club members are, especially when dealing with romance and Haruhi's secret. Tamaki, in particular, steals the show with his constant overreactions and wild imagination. Ouran is funny because it both embraces and mocks the cliches of romance anime, flipping gender roles and exaggerating shoujo tropes to perfection. It's charming, witty, and self-aware, all while balancing parody with genuine heart. Number 4. Mob Psycho 100. Mob Psycho 100 follows Shigeo Mob Kageyama, a quiet middle schooler with overwhelming psychic powers. On the surface, it looks like a shonen action series, but the comedy is just as strong as the battles. Mob is hilariously deadpan, and his mentor Regan is one of the funniest con men in anime, giving life advice and exorcism techniques with absolute confidence despite having zero powers. The humor shines in the contrast. Mob can level cities, but he struggles with basic social skills and awkward teenage problems. Regan's over-the-top speeches and ridiculous scams always land perfectly, while supporting characters like Dimple and the Body Improvement Club add even more absurdity. The animation exaggerates expressions and reactions, turning small moments into massive punchlines. Mob Psycho is funny because it blends heartfelt growth with ridiculous scenarios, where the most dangerous Esper alive just wants to be normal, and his teacher is the real clown. Number 3. Great Teacher Onizuka. Akichi Onizuka is a 22-year-old ex-gang member who decides to become a teacher, not out of passion, but because he thinks it'll help him meet girls. Instead, he ends up teaching the toughest, most rebellious class imaginable. Onizuka's unorthodox methods, crude humor, and over-the-top antics make him a hilarious, yet surprisingly effective teacher. The comedy comes from his outrageous attempts to control his students, jumping out windows, wrestling them, or making the dumbest life lessons sound profound. What makes GTO funny is how unpredictable Onizuka is. He looks like a delinquent, acts like an idiot, but has the heart of a teacher who truly cares. The clash between his ridiculous behavior and the real problems his students face creates both laughs and emotional depth. It's the mix of shock, comedy, and sincerity that makes GTO unforgettable. Number 2. Nichijou, My Ordinary Life. Nichijou takes ordinary life and pushes it into surreal, absurd extremes. At its core, it's about 3 high school girls and their daily lives, but the comedy comes from how every mundane event is treated like a world-ending crisis. A trip to school might involve a deer wrestling match, or a sneeze could trigger an explosion. Characters like Yuko, the lovable idiot Mio, the secretly chaotic artist, and Mai, the deadpan prankster, make every scene unpredictable. Then there's Nano, a robot girl with a wind-up key on her back, and her creator, a child genius who constantly modifies her. The humor lies in exaggeration and timing. The show uses Sakuga-level animation for the dumbest gags, turning small moments into epic battles. Nichijou is funny because it captures the randomness of life, amplifies it 1,000 times, and delivers it with perfect comedic absurdity. Number 1. Gintama. Set in an alternate Edo period where aliens have taken over Japan, Gintama follows Gintoki Sakata and his Ujab crew as they take on ridiculous jobs to survive. What makes Gintama stand out is its fearless parody. No anime or cultural reference is safe. From Dragon Ball to Naruto, it mocks them all while still telling emotional stories. The humor is a mix of slapstick, wordplay, fourth wall breaking, and sheer randomness. Delivered with perfect comedic timing, Gintoki's lazy but witty personality contrasts hilariously with Shinpachi's straight men, Roll and Kagura's outrageous antics. What makes it truly special is its ability to swing between gut-busting comedy and heartfelt drama. Sometimes in the same arc, Gintama is funny because it's completely unpredictable. One moment you're laughing at a poop joke, the next you're hit with an emotional samurai duel. It's a masterclass in anime comedy. These shows prove anime comedy comes in every form: slapstick, parody, or just plain absurdity. Whether it's the randomness of Nichijou or the razor-sharp satire of Gintama, these series keep anime comedy alive. That's our list of the top 10 funniest anime series of all time. Did your favorite make the cut? If it did, or if it didn't, drop yours in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more anime.